Hello everyone, welcome back to Python 101. So today I have good and bad news. The good news is I have a new channel just dedicated for my Python things, and sorry, that's my cat playing with the thing. It's called because I didn't want to intervene with the regular because YouTube characterized my thing. Oh my god, 54 seconds ago. Oh my god, I remember. Oh. Like I was saying, all you have to do is just go to your search, and then it's literally just called Python with Keeping, and it's gonna pop up. Here are the videos I've posted so far. Yeah, not very much, but still, I post them. So all you have to do is, and then it's gonna show up a bit something like this, and then you just press subscribe. So, and I got a new what's it called thing for the picture. Anyway, back to Python. Oh, and the bad news is I deleted all the previous videos on Python 101 on my previous channel. All right, the noise is gone. Sorry. My cat is being very stupid. Well, he's a cat, so you can't really blame him. Anyway, welcome back to week 23, part 1. Let's start with special events. Remember, we're doing widgets. So the button is not used to represent a data type. Instead, the button widget is used to handle mouse clicks. The onClick method of the button can be used to register a function to be called when the button is clicked. The docstring of the onClick can be seen, well, when I write it. Now, let me, excuse me. Now I got rid of the cat. Or the sound, the annoying sound. Anyway, so here are a few examples, onClick and onSubmit. And then there's treatlet events, which we'll talk about later. So first of all, let's import stuff. I know this is why I try to do each one as one lesson, because I don't have to remember which ones to import, but like they can get really annoying. But yeah, let's do this. Widgets. So always do that, and then print widgets dot capital button dot onClick dot double underscore doc double underscore. You run that. Oh, I forgot to. There we go. Now, it says register a callback to execute when the button is clicked. The callback will be called with one argument, the clicked button widget instance parameters, and then you remove Boolean. That's optional. All right, so that's just the document about it. Now, let's from ipython.display. Let's do the real thing. Import display. All right, so button is going to be equal to widgets dot. Now description. Let's just say click me. That's obvious. And then you just display the button. Now let's define on but clicked. B print. Now let's do, so what happens when you want the button to be clicked? Well, you just get button click. Now, this isn't the only thing you need, you can do, but you can do more, like, and then you, well, anyway, let's just go on. And then you write button dot on underscore click. And then here you just on, there we go. And then, no. Here, Really, display. Let's see, line 3, display button. Python.display import display. Okay, so let's see. Yeah, so I wrote something wrong again. Either way, so anyway, we just do that. And now if we click me, it's just gonna print a lot of that. You know, like it's kind of like those logs where you like just, well, not log, but like it's kind of, yeah, it's kind of little data logs where you just press it and then it just gives you those things. All right, next up, we're gonna create a text. So the previous one was on click. Now let me just label it on click, and then here we'll have on submit. So now text equals widgets dot capital text. We're gonna display text. Same structure. We're gonna define handle submit sender print text dot value. So we're gonna print the value, and then we're gonna text dot on submit, and then here we're gonna enter handle underscore submit. So, you know, it's kind of like that. It's kind of what they use in Gmail chats and stuff like that, you know, that stuff. All right, so now we're gonna talk about signatures. So let's start with an integer range, and it's gonna be equal to the widgets.int slider. Don't forget to capitalize the camel casing. Display the integer range. Now that's not just that. There's more. All right, sorry, my eye had something, like something in it. All right, so define on value change, and then here we're gonna put change in the parameter. We're gonna print change, and then here we're gonna call it new. Now we're gonna have the integer range again, dot observe, and then here we're gonna kind of use it as a tuple. So on unclicked, on value change, and then names is gonna be equal to value. Oh my god, I spelled display wrong. All right, so that's, yeah, so as you can see, it's very interesting. So if I make it, so you can see that this, like, you can see exactly what I did. And then the more I move this, like, the longer the list is gonna be. So that's kind of cool. This is signature. So this isn't the regular signature you thought it was, or did you? Okay, so, you know, just move that, and then you can click on the circle, and then you can also click on your arrow keys, and it's gonna do that. So that's kind of cool. All right, let's stop playing with this. All right, now linking widgets. Often you may want to simply link widget attributes together. Synchronization of attributes can be done in a simpler way than using bare treatlet events. So So let's do it here. Registering callbacks. Oh. So sorry. Got two. All right. So back to linking widgets. So let's link some widgets. Let's import tradelets. All right, now where I'm gonna comment this steps. So we're gonna create a caption. Caption is gonna be equal to widgets.label value equals the values of slider 1 and slider 2 are synchronized. Now we're gonna create int sliders. Slider 1 is gonna be equal to widgets.int slider. We're gonna create a description called slider 1. And then slider 2 is gonna be similar, but with a 2, you know. Yeah, the regular. Yeah, that's just that. Now, we're gonna use tradelets to link. L is gonna be equal to, well, I call it L because, you know, for link, but you could call it anything. Anyway, tradelets link. We're gonna have a tuple and tuple inside a tuple. And I'm just forming the bases out. And then we're gonna have slider 1, and then here, value. Slider 2, value. Now we're gonna display. So you basically just display. We're gonna have kind of like a tuple list, a tuple, and then caption. For that's gonna be the first. Slider 1 is gonna be first, second, and then slider 2 is gonna be the other one. Now, as you can see, they're clearly linked, but slider, the one I'm controlling is kind of faster than the other one because, I mean, they are synchronized, but like it kind of takes a while, but they are synchronized. So here you can see it's the caption, and then slider 1 here, slider 2 here. Now, the only reason caption is above them or not in the middle is because here I put caption on top. Okay, so if you want to change it, you could just turn it in the middle. But yeah, it's okay. All right, so we're gonna, let's see. Let's create something else. Create a caption. I'm gonna use the same label here. Now, here I'm gonna change the value because, you know, I don't want it to be called that. So changes in source values are reflected in target 1. Yep. Now, let's create some sliders. Here we can just do regular sliders. Let's just do regular sliders this time. So remember when I mentioned how I'm gonna repost everything? Well, there's like 40 something videos and I'll only redid 5. And that's gonna take a while, so I'm not gonna post this until I post every everything else, or should I just post this one? Nah, I'm gonna post everything else first. So yeah, you're gonna have to wait, but it is on WeChat. It is on WeChat. So tough day. Source. We're just calling this source, and then target. All right. Use the link. So let's. DL is going to be equal to tradelets.dlink, and then 2 tuples. So sorry, man, I just got to copy and paste. So this is gonna be source. Value target 1. Target 1, and now we're gonna display. Don't do display, just display. Caption source target 1. Oh, name source is not defined. Did I not define? Oh, I kept it. Now this should be good. Name source is not defined. Let's see, caption equals label. LaMayo, I just I forgot to change these. Like I was like, what? Okay, so this is source. This is what's bad about copy and pasting. It's just you forget. Target 1. Okay, this should be good. Now, change in sources are reflected in target 1. But when you change target 1, nothing happens to source because, because I named it source because that's like it controls, it's the main thing. But target 1, it's just this random thing that source 1 controls, but it doesn't control source 1. It's kind of this one-way thing. You know what I mean? All right, next up. So yeah, that's cool. Oh, I forgot to name my thing. All right, so now function traitlets.link and traitlets.dlink return a link or delink object. The link can be broken by calling unlink method. So all you have to do is do l.unlink, and then you can also do dl.unlink. And yeah, it's good. So it may get an error depending on the order of cells that's being run. So keep that in mind. But otherwise, let's go on. Registering callbacks to trait changes in the kernel. Since attributes of widgets on the Python side are traitlets, you can register handlers to the change events whenever the model gets updated or updates from the front end. The handler passed to serve will be called with one change argument. The change object holds at least one type of key and one type key and one name key, corresponding respectively to the type of notification and the name of the attribute that triggered the notification. So other keys may be passed depending on the type of value. In this case, where type is change, we will have the following keys. So an owner is the hash traits instance, the old value of the modified trait attribute, the new value of the modified trait attribute, the name of the modified trait attribute. Now let's make some more things. So let's do caption. Copy a caption and no. All right, so the values of range 1, because we're going to call it range 1 and range 2, are synchronized. Gonna use that word a lot this time. So I'm just gonna not write the steps anymore because it gets if you need it. You can refer to the other ones. Now, slider is going to be equal to widgets.int, camel case it, int slider, and then the minimum is going to be -5. The max is going to be 5. The value is equal to 1, and the description is equal to slider. Description. Yeah, that's how you spell description. Now, define Chandler. Always loses, never wins. Slider, change. Now you put the change in there. Now, caption.value is equal to the slider value is let me get that. All right, so let me get the indent negative. So we're gonna do if change.new is gonna be less than 0, else non-negative. Spelled negative wrong. All right. Now, slider.observe, and you put that inside handle underscore slider. It should have it already. Please have it. Oh, it doesn't have it. Change handler. Did I seriously write handler? Oh yeah, I was thinking about Chandler. Okay. Now names is gonna be equal to value and display it. Caption and slider. So the slider 1 and slider 2. So the slider value is negative and slider value is non-negative. So here just, does that. So basically what this does is that creates the slider. That just creates the caption value depending on whether it's negative or non-negative. And then, it just shows it. That's kind of easy. Or not, depending on what you're thinking. So, linking widget attributes from the client side. Hold on, stupid thing thinks, ignore, there you go. When synchronizing traitlet attributes, you may experience a lag because of the latency due to the round trip to the server side. You can also directly link widget attributes in the browser using the link widgets in either a unidirectional or a bidirectional fashion. So uni is basically 1 and bi is 2. JavaScript links persist when embedding widgets in HTML web pages without a kernel. So yeah. These, the ones I'm gonna show you are the no lag version. So no lag version. So caption, caption. I still have the captions in here. So the values of range 1 and range 2 are synchronized. Range 1 equals to widgets.int slider. Description equals range 1. We're going to call it range 1, and range 2 is similar. Now, let's change the name. All right, now, so lag, whatever, widgets dot JS link. So yeah, JS. So this is just a JS link. You can also do JS D-link, but I'm just gonna show the JS link. So JS link is gonna be tuple, tuples inside tuples. So tuple people, that's your queue. Now put those things inside. So tuple. Now range 1 and then value. Range 2 is equal to value. Now we're going to display caption range 1 and then range 2. Oh, range 2. You can see that they're synchronized. Yeah, so you can see that there are no lags, and the previous ones here, you can see that it's kind of, wait, oh, what did I do? Oh wait, sorry. Okay, so let's go to, oh boy, I remember that. Okay, so subscribe. Okay, the ones that are, oh, I unsynchronized those. Yeah, here I unlinked them. But either way, you saw there was a lag there, but now there's no lag in either things. So that's the lag it was referring to. And then you can also de-unlink them, and that affects the things before them. Now, let's keep going. The difference between linking in the kernel and linking in the client. Linking in the kernel means linking via Python. If two sliders are linked in the kernel, when one slider is changed, the browser sends a message to the kernel, Python in this case, updating the changed slider. The link widget in the kernel then propagates the change to the other object in the kernel. And then the other slider's kernel object sends a message to the browser to update the other blah, 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 and all that slow stuff. But linking using JSLink, using the browser side, means constructing the link in JavaScript. When one slider is changed, JavaScript is running in the browser, and the browser changes the value of the other side of the browser. And that doesn't need to communicate with the kernel at all, which is kind of slow. So the kernel is really slow. If the objects are attached to kernel objects, each slider will update their kernel side objects independently. So that's why you saw there was a lag and the other didn't have any. Now let's talk about continuous updates. Some widgets offer a choice with their continuous update attribute between continually updating values or only updating values when a user submits the value, for instance, by pressing enter or navigating away from the control. In the next example, we will see that the delayed controls only transmit their value after user finishes dragging the slider or submitting the text box. The continuous controls continually, transmit their values as they are changed. So if you try typing a 2-digit number in each of the text boxes or dragging each of the sliders, you will see the difference. Now let's create some more space. All right, so import treatlets. We already imported. Let's just import it here for sure. Treatlets. Oh, no, treatlets. All right, you can never be too sure with Python. All right, so A equals widgets.int, and prepare for some intense copy and pasting slider. And then here we will do description is equal to delay, and the continuous update is going to be equal to false. Now let's do some logic, and work on these. So in Slider, now this is going to be in text. And this is going to be int text. So this is kind of like counting and probability. So there's don't forget the casework, okay? Like, okay, so delayed. This is not going to be, so this is going to be continuous. This is going to be continuous. Now, false, and then we're going to make it true. And last but not least, don't forget to change the name, or else everything equals everything, which doesn't mean anything, which means everything is equal to nothing. I don't even know what I said. All right. Now we're gonna treat lit.link. Don't forget double. I mean, there's a lot of ways to like do the tuple in a tuple, but I like to put the mega tuple first and then put the tiny tuples inside. But right now I just did the exact opposite. But you know, it's up to you. It doesn't even matter. A. And then here we're gonna have value, and then here we're gonna have B. We're gonna have value. Copy paste, and you will see that. Let's keep the A range similar, the same, and here we go. Now we're gonna widgets.vbox and A, B, C, D. Oops, C, D. Now you will see that this is the delayed one. Now this is the not delayed one. So you can see it changes as it moves. And this is just one of those laggy servers no one likes, you know. And this is the server everyone likes. All right, just don't be this one. Be more like this one. All right, so save your notebook by pressing this button, and we're through. Don't forget to check out my the new channel. I'm gonna post my newer things. So yeah, it's been a rough day. Thank you for staying with me, and I'll see you next time. Bye.